Dr. G-Force.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about Mad Science, please?
Well, Mad Science has been around for almost 20 years. It's a Canadian company. We're franchised out of Walburg, North Carolina, called Mad Science Central Carolina. And what we do is we provide educational entertainment for kids in like workshop programs. We do discovery days. We'll do parent involvement nights, PTA meetings. We do stage shows, summer programs like we're doing right now for the library programs. But what it is, it brings the fun back into being a child. Because a lot of times kids are being shuffled through the school system, and sometimes it's hard for the fun element to get into it. That's what Mad Science is all about.
Awesome. So what kind of services do you guys provide in general?
Well, the programs that we provide, we'll do, if we're doing a discovery day, everything is based on the standards of learning. So if a person wants to invite us to their school and say they're learning about body works, biometric systems, dry ice, states of matter, or even about habitats, we'll bring little programs in there such as a habitat one. The kids get a chance to take home some owl pellets, otherwise known as owl bark. So we get the kids get some interaction, but they also have standards of learning. If we're doing a grade level workshop, we'll do whatever the EOG is or the EOC, and we'll bring that entire program to them and recap what the kids have learned throughout the entire year. And we have certain buzzwords, we call them the certain key points that we have to make sure that the schools require us to teach. And that's why we're doing it. We want to bring the kids in there, let them have some fun, let them rehash what they've already learned throughout the entire year. And we get to do it in some fun way.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming today.
Very much. You're very welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ready to get started? How's everybody doing this morning? Yes, good. Okay, so we're going to get started pretty quickly today because guess who we have here? Dr. Johnny G-Force from Mad Science is here. It's been what, 2 years since you were here, Dr.
2 years since here.
Okay, so you see everything that is laid out here this morning, so I know we're going to have a very good program, and I'm sure Dr. Johnny G-Force may have some of you come up to help him with experiments. So, alright, so is everybody ready to get started? Yeah, let's give Dr. G a big hand. Welcome to you.
Alrighty, y'all ready? Alright, my name is Dr. G-Force, and yes, that is my name, Johnny G-Force. I'm going to be telling you guys a lot of stuff here, but I need you to promise me one thing. You're not going to go home and try this stuff, because if you do, you could be seriously in trouble. Alyssa, high five Alyssa. Alyssa, if I were to ask you to say, go into outer space, would it be safe to say there is stuff out there? Alright, give me a few things that you know that are out in space. The solar system. So I need you to pick about 9 people to help you out. Don't worry, you're all going to survive this, I promise. You guys are going to represent what we just talked about called the solar system. Alyssa, since you have a sunny personality, you're going to represent our sun. So I need you to stand like right there. You are going to represent the smallest planet. I need you to stand right here. Everyone say Mercury. You are going to represent a pretty good sized planet called Venus. It was also a really cool song in the 50s. Stand right here. Stand right next to Venus. Face your friends. Face your friends. Perfect. You're the Earth. Stand next to her. Are you ready? You're going to represent a little planet called Mars. What color is Mars? Anybody know why it's Martian red? What is on the planet? Everybody say this word. Iron. Iron, when it gets kind of moisture on it or it comes in contact with oxygen, it becomes rust. So Mars is what we could call the rusty planet. That's why it's red. So you're going to be laying on the rusty planet. So stand right there. You are going to represent Jupiter. Saturn. Then we got a little tiny planet called Neptune. Then we got another planet called Uranus to you. And then we've got a little itty bitty tiny planet, toy, called what? Jupiter's little cousin is what we call a dwarf planet. This little cousin is a former planet called Pluto. And there's a reason why it's called a planetoid or a dwarf planet. As the planets are super far apart. The only place that, well, people have ever gone to is called the moon. So I need to borrow somebody who wants to be my moon. I'm going to ask a question. If the moon is, say, the size of this ball, and the Earth is the size of this ball, how far apart do you think they would have to be? Real far. About how far? Hold on to the moon. This far or farther? Farther? Like this far? Y'all been this far or farther? Farther? Like maybe to here? Let's find out. I need to borrow you. Hold on to this. And then I need you. Come on up. You come on up, come on up. Because here's what they're gonna do. They are gonna find a way to get to another planet. Hold on to this moon. Hold on to this. This is how far apart the moon would be from the Earth. Hold it just like this. Now, you are going to be my astronaut. Believe it or not, if this proportions were exactly correct, the moon and the Earth, it would be this far apart. Because the moon is 287,000 miles away. But you need to get from Earth to the moon. How do you think you're going to do it? Over here. How do you think we're going to do it? How about if we do catapult? Can we get there by catapult? What do you think? Let's find out. Try one more time. I'm going to stay right over here and see if we can get there. Why can't you go that by catapult? It has to hit a speed. Everyone say this big speed, 27,500 miles an hour. Is that, where you working? Where you working? Perfect. 27,500 miles an hour. But what if I decided instead of going this route, I went by rocket? Can we get there by rocket, you think? Let's find out. Rocket. We're going to launch it at 27,500 miles an hour. Okay. All right, little buddy. When I tell you to let it go, you're going to pretend like you're in the movie Frozen. And let it go, let it go. Are we ready? No, you gotta back off. Perfecto! 3, 2 and a half. Let it go! Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our astronaut a round of applause. Y'all make about thank you. Was there a problem with what we did? Well, you guys are like, well, we're not going to go by rocket balloon. We're not going to go on a string. There's a reason. We actually have to not find out where the moon is today. We have to find out where the moon's going to be in about 3 weeks. Who can tell me why? What is the Earth doing? And what is the moon doing? It's orbiting, meaning it's moving. So you're going to come up here, and I need you to pick 2 people to help you out. Another round of applause. This is where it gets a little scary. I need you to put these on. And I need you to wear this. Because you are going to be our moon again. And we're going to send a rocket all the way through the moon. But to do it, you have to do it. Here's the word. Everyone say trajectory. That is a fancy word for to get from here to here. We've got to find out where it's going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot a rocket through our circle and try to hit the moon. Can we do it? No. I don't know. We'll find out. Little bit. Put your goggles on. Perfecto. You got it? Perfect. All right. I'm going to give my buddy a chance to hold on to his trajectory, otherwise known as the little circle. Back up about 10 more feet. Little dude, can you pinch, where are you going? Can you pinch this for me? Pinch it. Sweetheart. Perfect. Come over here. She is going to be the one to shoot a rocket. If you can hold on to that, you want to try to hold on with your hands? Maybe it might be a little easier. Just in case. Perfect. You got it? Look, lay it, make a circle like this. Nope, she didn't. Lay it flat. Come on over here. And a little higher. Make it a little higher and a little flatter. Nope, a little lower. Close. Darling, you're going to try to make this rocket hit the moon. You're not stomping to send it into outer space. You're stomping for accuracy. So, put your trajectory strip up. Put it up. There we go. Are we ready? Come on, and then I say stomp, you're going to stomp on it. 3, 2, 1, and... My darling, I want you to grab the balloon and the goggles, and we're going to switch. Future draft pick, I need you to come on over here. There we go. Ready, Evan, and stop.
Ooh.
Go. One more time. Thousand. 500 miles an hour. Now, is that fast? Well, it would be like 11 elephants stomping on your face. Anybody want to do that? It is very hard. There's a few problems with that. You guys see in the movies where they go and hit light speed and everybody's going la 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 la, right? Believe it or not, that would never work. Here's why. Everybody say this. Pressure. Now, the pressure I'm talking about is pressure of all the air around us. But when you're going fast, that air is also moving, which means it's going to push you. Besides your breathing, can you walk? Can you balance? Walk like this. You're walking very easily, right? Believe it or not, you've got 4,000 pounds of pressure pushing down in your body. Every one of y'all do. But here's the problem. How come you don't feel it? Believe it or not, you've got 4,000 pounds of pressure coming outside of your body. How do I prove it to you? Have you ever been in outer space before? Have you ever flown in an airplane? Then you have. 30,000 feet. Your body has to be in a tube that's called an airplane that has to have pressure pushed on you. Some super bubbles to show you what I mean. What shape are my bubbles? Circles. Because all of the air pressure is on these bubbles equally, which is why they form a circle. Now, here's my problem. Imagine you're in outer space and you're going to take a bath. What shape is the water going to be? Everyone say a circle. Do you want to take a bath with a giant blob of circular water heading right for you? No. Do you want to try to be drinking coffee? No. Warm or hot coffee, and you spill it, and all of a sudden, that little blob of hot coffee starts to head towards you. What are you going to do? You can't go very far. That's one of the big problems, because liquids do not do very well in space. Do what? Liquids do exactly. Liquids form a circle, just like this. I'm going to let you bust one circle, darling. Don't worry, I'm not going to pick who it happens to. They are. She's looking at me like, dude, seriously? You volunteered. I know, it's hard. I need you to turn your bodies, face the wall, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. If you want this person to get wet, yeah. If you want this person to get, turn around. And if you want this person to get wet, yeah, turn around. One more time, this person.
person. By here we have our volunteer. Let's give him a round of applause. Turn around, face your friend. Face your friend. Put this on your head. There's nothing in it yet. Hold on to it. Both hands. Both hands. Perfect. Hold on to this. Both hands. Hold on to this. Both hands. Drop it because you're going to do some moving. Drop it. Drop the hat. Perfect. Not there. Over here. Perfect. My buddy. Stand still. You're going to get drenched before I even finish pouring water in it. And I really did pour water in, so you're going to be super careful. Perfect. I know. Here's what we're going to do. The planets, you said, were orbiting. So I need you to orbit each other. So hold on to it with both hands and slowly orbit each other. That means go in a circle. 3, 2, and 1. Stop. My buddy, who's a super orbiter, who's also very nervous, and that's okay, it's time for second place to get wet. Give my buddy a round of applause. You, sir, may have a seat. Seriously and disgustingly nasty. Ew. Gross. I don't know what happened. I do. Now, there's a reason I told you why Pluto is no longer called a planet. It is a dwarf planet. Here's why. Remember when all those planets were going around in a circle? Little Pluto and Uranus do something that other planets don't do. They change places. So I need you to change places, not in a circle, but side to side. This is the reason why Pluto, keep twitching, is no longer a planet. It's not because they orbit, but about every so many years, like 16, 17 years, they swap position. Which means Pluto's the 8th planet, then it's the 9th planet. Then it becomes the 8th planet, then it becomes the 9th planet. Super wrong for planets. So, we had y'all switching around. One of y'all is going to represent Pluto, and that's going to be you. You're going to represent the big gas giant, what we call Uranus. Let's give your buddy a round of applause. Y'all, you may have a seat, sweetheart. Dun, 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 dun. And there's another problem with the planet. It's blue. So before I dump this on your head, I'm going to add some liquid color to it. Don't worry, you'll probably survive this. Probably. I really am dumping blue food coloring in. I wasn't teasing about that. I was not teasing about that. Oh, dude, this is disgusting. Now, I said I'm going to dump that on top of your head, and I meant it. Step forward. Because you're going to be playing our large gas giant. Put your hands down. Anybody know why it's called the blue planet? What color is it? Exactly, it's the color blue. Just What happened to the planet? It froze. Remember what I said it's called the gas planet? But at the beginning I said you can't breathe it. Here's why. All of that gas is frozen. So I need you to take one of your Dixie cups and I want you to dig out all of the planet with your hands. Because you're going to fill up your cup with the planet Uranus. Oh, and by the way, folks, this is the stuff found in babies' diapers. Not that. That's just gross. No, this is a plastic sponge that we call slush powder. So you don't have to worry about it. An astronaut spacesuit. Love, come up here, love. That's you, sweetheart. Come on up here. And I need one other person who's not been up here yet. Now, buddy, can you do this? Come on up. Let's give our two champions a round of applause. Come on, come on. They're not going to bite you. Oh. I know they're like, ah! Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to allow you guys to demonstrate a little thing that will allow us to get into outer space. And to do so, I need you to be very careful with this part, okay? The spacesuit keeps you from being frozen, from being overheated, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I want you to put your invisible spacesuit on. Put your invisible spacesuit on. Come on, just pretend like you're putting on your invisible spacesuit. Perfect. Because we're going to send them into our practice session. Hold on to your rocket launcher. Here is your rocket. It is green. Stay right there. Back up just a hair. That is what we call, everyone say, the Bernoulli principle. Dude, it's getting faster. A little too fast. Let's try you. You're perfect. We're going to try you now. No, bend it over like this. And no, down. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see if that'll fly. That's going to fly a lot better. So what I need you to do, love, is to walk around, darling. Slowly walk around. The Bernoulli principle is a way for people to leave our planet behind. To the next big old monster planet, what we call Mars, it would be about 5 sheets. But how far do you think Pluto would be? Really far, right? Long distance away. So, to get there, you have to wear a space suit. Okay, perfect. Let us find out. Believe it or not, the first astronaut suit, stretch it out, was this shape. The very first spacesuit was done like that. What is missing? Fold your arms. Bend your arm. It's hard, isn't it? That's why the modern suits look like this. The same exact thing. Are you ready, Doctor? Stand right over here. Stand right here. Hold on to this. Hold it. 10. Be little. And perfect. And one more to go. Now, I need you to bend your elbow. Perfect. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a race. You two are going to be our astronauts in a little spaceship that have to get out and work. So here's what you're going to do. I happen to have a little bucket here full of moon rocks. So this hand, you're going to put in this hand, squeeze it using this hand, squeeze it using that hand, and go in the bucket and grab some moon rocks. You gotta get the first one to get 5. So y'all can do that? 3, 2, go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our astronauts a round of applause. I showed you a way to get to outer space, and I showed you that you have to be able to work for it. But what would happen if you were, say, just dressed the way you guys are and wanting to go into outer space? What do you think would happen to you? I said in outer space, water does that. But there's some other problems about space that you don't know about. It is super cold. It's about 453 degrees below zero. In other words, I want you to take a step outside your spaceship and tell me what do you think will happen to you. take one step and then freeze. That's one of the things that'll happen to you. Then there's another problem. Remember I said the word pressure? So if they were to step out of a rocket ship into outer space, what would happen to them? Everyone do this. That's what would happen. They would pop. So what are they going to drink? They have to drink something. The problem with outer space is it costs $1 million per ounce of water. 5 pounds is a gallon of water. So where do you guys get your water from? Who thinks they know? Here's the way it works. Everybody say, do you guys go to the bathroom? That's what you drink. The soup recycles your water. So what you go up with is what you drink. The water that's already in your body. She's over here going, dude, that's just nasty. It is. But remember, they can't bring hundreds of gallons of water. Here is what I'm talking about. A water filtration system. Right here. Put your little suit on. This is your water filtration suit. I also said that it is super cold, but it's also super hot. Come over here, darling. So, anybody ever heard of Mylar? Like Mylar balloons? This is little Mylar circles. The little suit has a reflective coating on it to keep our young lady both cool and warm. Because when the sun comes out, this spacesuit will hit about 250 degrees, meaning it's very cold and hot at the exact same time. Then we have to overcome a little thing called frozen fingers. So put your fingers on. This is yours. I know, insulated gloves. She's like, there is no astronaut that would ever wear these. Believe it or not, yes, there is. The technology in here is what we call thinsulation, meaning you don't burn your hands or freeze them. Put your hands through here. It's a helmet, because what do you got right here? You got a noodle. And here, put your head through here, see if we do it this way. Perfect. Now, we've got us a hat. We got us some gloves. We got us a water filtration system and a warmer. But now, dun, 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 we're going to put some boots on. Take your shoes off. And put your boots on. Nope, with your gloves on, exactly. Step into them. It's not easy, I promise. Perfect. Let's give astronaut Stripey some encouragement. Put your foot in there. Thank you. You got it? It's okay. Perfect. Now, I want to see you walk. Pretty easy, right? Walk right over to here. Walk right over there, darling. Yeah, I didn't say it was going to be easy. I said it's pretty easy compared to what you're going to have to do. See, in outer space, there is problems with gravity. Okay, for just a little bit. Why can't she float? Because gravity is pulling you down. I need you to step on this. And step on this. Yes, I got them backwards like that for a reason. Because I want you to be able to walk in those. You got to walk all the way to your other astronaut. Back up just a little bit, sweetheart. A little further. Perfecto. 20 feet is all you're going to walk. Can you do it? This is about how far the first astronaut did walk. Here you go, darling. Walk slow. Don't fall out of your boots, because if you do, your feet are going to freeze. Let's give a round of applause to our wonderful astronauts. She's going to walk out of her boots. Perfect. First was this. One small step for man. So I want you to make one small step. Here's the hard part. Then he also said one giant leap for mankind. So I need you to make a giant leap. Or try to. She reversed them. Make a giant leap. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our astronauts a round of applause. Did you guys have some fun? I need everyone to stand up. Face your parents in a second. And, no, turn around first. Face your parents in a second. First, raise your hands to a circle. Let's give them a standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, for Mad Science, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being here.